2:12 in the afternoon, Eastern Standard Time. Welcome to Mr. Tackpan's 3 minutes of what's up last night in my dreams. First of all, I wake up this morning from my dream, and I don't know if I dreamed this or what, but something's missing. Can't figure out what it is, but that's okay. The tentacles are gone. Remember, if you sit or if you stand, what are you thinking? My dreams last night, over and over and over again, but I'll get to the end of the dream. At the end of the dream, there was someone that came with his two friends over to some area in the woods, okay? And I was at this big office building. It was really weird. I was in the woods. I was in a small shack. And at the same time, when I turned around, there was an office building there, and my 90-year-old aunt wanted to speak to me because I've done something wrong. She wants to know why I keep coming to see her, and I'm crying all the time. And I have a party tonight, and she wanted to warn me not to cry at the party tonight. What does that mean? I don't know. Jacob and Andrew, the first part of Ja. Frere Ja. Ka. Or Ki. The tail of the end. My dreams last night, this dream pertained to somebody was coming, and he was pulling off my fingernails. He was hurting me. He was hurting some people in my family. And in the first part, he just hurt me and went away. And when he came back the second time, there were some people outside of a window. I was inside of a shack. There were people on the outside. And they were planning some sort of disaster. And they saw me inside, and they wanted to come get me because what was I doing there in their area? And all of a sudden, my guy shows up. And my guy, all he wants to do, I see him coming in with a big electrical box. He wants to shock me. When he shocks me, we have to understand, because of spirit and soul, obviously there's going to be some separation, and it's really going to hurt. And you're going to be lost within your own thoughts. The tentacles, the muscles, the tendons, tendon, tendon, tentacles, the dawn of the day, bringing in spirit and soul, shocking waves of new information to every finger. What did I do to this guy? I looked at him and I said, and he was a little guy, and his two people that were with him looked dumber than dumb. And I said, are you going to be doing this for the rest of my life? And he laughs at me and he looks, he goes, yeah. So you know what I did to him? I pulled his head off. His head was so thin, his neck was so thin, I was able to just keep turning his head around, and he couldn't stop me like I can stop. He kept turning his head around until it fell off. It felt like I was pulling the chicken's heads off. And then, oh my God, I now did something to somebody that I would have never done. And even if they had to get this to stop bothering me, now the red and blues are starting to chase me. I had to take the head and put it into a bag. And by the time I got that head into a bag, do you know how big that head was? It was this big. It was the size of a chicken head. That's what it ended up to be. It's almost like the chicken doesn't have a face. It just has a long neck. That was my dream last night. The second part of my dream that was in between this was S equals 19 times 3 equals 57. 57 plus 10 is 67 equals S. All night long. Words, words, words and letters, words and letters all night long. It was crazy. I mean, you can't really see it in my eyes this morning. Yeah, it's not much of a video, but I have to do it. Ronnie, you know I have to do it, Ronnie. But Ronnie, Ronald, Raphael, and Laser Lipa, what's going on? I'm sharing myself with myself in a star system so I can go back and see what I said, to see why I thought what I thought on the day that I thought it, of what I thought. That's what it is. Has anybody seen DollarShave.com? You see the way the dot, this is what it created. It showed two razor blades, one here and one here. Because of the interception of the center, he put a D, an S, and a C, showing that the dollar, okay, DollarShave.com, was on the other side. Where did the dot come from? It came from the joint passage of the X of two sides. What was up here? I don't know. A and C was here and here, connected DSC 4, 10, 10, 4, 10, 4, 3. 3 times 4 is 12 times 10 is 120, standing for the 15 balls in pool. Do you want to see this? Do you see the birds over here? See the beak and the beak? This is 6, 7, 8, and 9. This is number 7. At the same time, you see the sigma? It's a Greek image. It's a Greek image. Alabama, if I remember correctly, was the 22nd state of the Union. They just signed on, as Judy said, this gentleman, number 67, I do not remember his name. He looked like a goofy old guy, but when you look really close at him, it wasn't really a man at all. It was a kid, maybe a 20-year-old kid. I don't know. He was a huge kid. But Alabama, 22nd state, New York, 11, State of the Union, Union Crossing, what's down in Alabama? What highways are off of Alabama? A man with butterfly wings. Now tell me that's not gay. Imagine you show up at school the first day and tell everybody you're a man, and you take your coat off and 2 wings pop out. Everybody thinks you're an angel. Cool. Easier to get to class. You just like floated on in there. So what did I want to bring up in this? I wanted to bring up the what? 23rd and 8th letter. 2 times 3, 2 plus 3 equals 56. Spirit, angel, and man. 5 and 6 is 11 and 8 is 19. This combination, W and 8, is about your mind, is about your skull, is about you thinking. Transmission, 1, 2. When, same thing. Who, what, when, where, and why, all the same thing. In Spanish, it's porque. In French, it's quoi, or qui. This is number 38. This becomes 38. 3 times 8, 3 plus 8 is 24, and 11 is 35. 3 and 5, which will now, once you multiply it and add it again, will become 23. And then this is what's going to happen. This in French will turn to this in English. But there's a concept, because this one will travel, and this one will explain the piano. So the piano must be before the opening of the 7th gate, because A in the piano is next to B, and A in the piano is next to 7. A and B equals 3. 3 then becomes next to 7. 3 on one side, 7 on the other. Or 10 on the left and 2 on the right. Either or either way, you now have the electronics of the pool game. The 2 and the 10 ball, the blue ball, which is like, listen to this, 23 or 2 and 3, and in the Olympics, 2nd and 3rd is not gold. What is the gold? This is bronze and silver, 2 and 3, and in the horses, they exchange with each other as being blue and white. The white ghost is the spirit, is the thought possibly of soul before it gets the information, before man makes a choice. You followed me there, number 2 and 3. If we were number 2 and 3 in the pool, we would be red and blue, so that's the electronic of the red devil. Who, what is the red devil? And you will understand the colors of red, white, and blue. The pool game, the electronics, the spirit, the soul light connecting 1 with 9. The 9 is the birth soul. The 1 is the heavenly spirit. The 1 in pool being the heavenly spirit. Then the soul must be number 3. That's the way it works out. I have to look at it. Because in pool, okay, 1 and 9 have to join together. So you're joining 1 spirit, yellow. But when you play snooker, there are 15 or 20 snooker balls that are all red. And they all have the same value. And in between, you're knocking in 7 other colors to make up for the formation after you knock a ball into the pocket. Am I giving you the answer to what I'm visioning? No. I'm just showing you the possibilities and what I have to do to get to the answer, and it's a whole lot easier with other people. So you get other people's thoughts, so you can balance the thoughts for a better understanding. It's 2:22 in the afternoon. It's all about 2:22. And one last thing I wanted to mention is that there's a possibility that the first 3 letters in the alphabet are B, C, and D. Because in the word H that joins the 2 sides, A is completely over to the left and doesn't join up with H until it's been received by C, A and C. In Lo Shu, C is in the number 4 position. A is in the number 8 position, 4 and 8. April, August, 4 and 8 is 32. The space for Barack Obama's for the thinking. Don't forget, in between, the space of 1 and 8 is not 7. 1 plus 7 is 8. The total space between 1 and 8 is 6. It's 6 and 2 eighths. Why? Because there's two numbers that are the outside of your brackets, which are the bookends. Anyways, this video has gone long enough. I have a party tonight. I've got to put on my glasses, get dressed, get into the shower, and go. Why did I shave? Because they looked at me last night at the party and they said, "Boy, you look terrible. You got to shave. You have to take pictures tomorrow." I am so sad inside my heart that I had to shave because I'm going to take pictures. I'm clean. I've been in the shower. I understand this society. I know where we are in this society. This society is different. If I raise my hand into the air and they, "Oh my God, you saw," but there's hardly anything there because I shaved that too. I don't really like hair at all. Okay? And I like this. I just don't like to feel like I'm an outsider, that I have to shave. Now it's 11:11 on my video, 2:24. The cat's in the house. Something's coming on. That dream last night was way too weird. Raphael, 7286. We were talking about A and H. Okay? We were talking about Alabama. We were talking about crossing over the lines. We're talking about A and H because in the word of A and H, it says chi, whatever that means in Chinese, chi. Take away the A because it's inside of the H letter. As the sound, I had to put it out here. What's missing is B, D, but not E. FG comes to H, and then you have FG over here. It's a formation of some sort. I do not know how the arches work, but when you speak of the arches, now we have to go down and speak about Mickey D's. You all know what Mickey D's is because everything joins. You take this, you put it here, you take this, you put it here. It's like knitting or sewing or something. Thank you for watching, Raphael. And this is the end of the beginning, because I'm going to say thank you for watching in the year 5775 of 7276 in the constellation beyond, above, and in between of Pegasus. Thank you for being here. For real. And I just want to say that I do listen to everybody's comments, and I love it all the time. All the time. There's nothing anybody has ever said, and if there's something that somebody said that I feel weirded out, I'll let you know. But right now, everything is good. I just don't remember everything everybody has said at the time to be able to reflect and express myself for what you have done. But I know one thing. I want to learn the numbers. Pythagorean, Chandelian, Kabbalah, Gematria. I want to know the reason each letter goes to each number. I need to know the categories. I need to know exactly what it is. And once there's one in order, I can learn how it got to be. Thank you for watching.